Hey TPI fam.
What's up?
We're so happy to see you today. This has been a super busy week. You saw me and Courtney on yesterday. My name is Brandy Anderson and I handle social for TPI. We are in the middle of studio production, and so we're so excited to have a lot of guests in this week. And I've got one with me here, Brother Dante Bowe.
What's up?
And you're like, who is Dante Bowe? Okay, you can check Insta after this. Don't do it right now in the middle of the live, but look for Dante Bowe on Insta. You'll see all of these videos of him collaborating with different artists and singing. He is an amazing gospel, just worship leader, right? Let's say that. Let's not put you in a genre.
I like that.
Okay. He's an amazing worship leader, originally from North Carolina, I believe.
Yeah.
Cool.
North Carolina,
cool.
Small town. No one's ever heard of it. Rockingham, North Carolina.
Yeah, you're right.
No one's ever heard of it.
What's near it?
Fayetteville, North Carolina?
Oh, yes. Okay. Well, we know about Fayetteville.
Yeah, it's like down the street.
Yeah. So he's got new music that's out. He's collaborated with a number of artists, and I wanted to give you an opportunity to get to know a little bit about him. He's going to tell us a little bit about his musical influences. I know you told me about one, but...
Yeah, so like we were talking earlier about Brandy. Brandy's obviously just a vocal beast.
Not me, but the Brandy.
You know, maybe though. I don't know.
No.
I don't know.
No.
But no, yeah. So, and also I was raised on Motown. My mom was like just a Motown fan. So Aretha Franklin and just the Jackson 5.
Oh my goodness.
And just all those oldies. You know what I mean? So like, even when you like hear me sing, like I try to incorporate, you know, like Al Green, like that tone and the sound of his voice into like more Christian sounds. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Which gives a richer tone, because for the longest time, a lot of worship music kind of had the same flow, the same tone, the same manufactured feel to it.
Yeah.
But now we've gotten to a place where there is just as much variety in worship as there is in mainstream music.
It made me really insecure for the longest time too, because of the rasp or the, you know, whatever you want to call it. Like I just felt like I haven't heard anybody sound like that in gospel or in Christian. So I was like, especially Christian, so I was like really insecure about it until, you know, like Kim Burrell, like different people like that started coming up. So those people influenced me as well.
So question for you. How different was the place where you grew up from where you are now? And what was that process in developing that voice, in developing that mindset that, okay, there's a place for me here. There's a place for me in this, in what God is doing.
Yeah. Honestly, it was just watching those that I felt were closer to my style or closer to my tone. Because like I said, growing up, you heard one sound. Like when it came to gospel, it was the runs and it was like the squat, like, you know what I mean?
Right.
And if you couldn't do that, you really, you know, you didn't have the oil, you weren't anointed.
And they will tell you
so that. Like, so it's hearing Mali music, you know, and then hearing like Kim Burrell, like I said, like those voices, even Ty Tribbett, it made me feel comfortable in my own skin. Like, you know, if they can do it and they don't sound like the your normal worship leader or normal gospel artist, I feel like I can do it too. So it gave me more confidence, really.
And we're glad that you're able to share your voice, that uniqueness, where you do. I say that as a worship leader, I have a deeper voice, and going into more contemporary settings.
Yeah.
I've had that experience where they're like, we don't know where to put you.
Yeah.
I'm like, just let me sing and tell me if it works. How about that?
Exactly.
Just try that.
Exactly.
So just seeing that representation.
Yeah.
It makes a difference. So we appreciate you. We appreciate what you're doing. And we know you got some compadres out there too, because you're serving at what church?
I'm serving at Adareth Church.
Okay.
In Columbus, Georgia.
In Columbus, Georgia. So I've seen you on social sometimes. I think, what's the guy's name out there at Bethel? Eugene Alton?
Oh, Alton Eugene.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sometimes he tags you on
He's one of my really close friends,
Cool.
And he's an amazing worship leader.
Oh my goodness, yes.
Yeah.
He's another one that we love to
he's amazing.
highlight at our church.
Yeah.
We appreciate you guys.
Thank you.
So one of the things I saw also on Instagram is you collaborate with a lot of artists over the last couple of years. God has opened some doors.
He's good.
just name a few. Just name a few.
In gospel, Travis Green.
Yes.
Tasha Cobbs, Casey J, Vashawn Mitchell, Todd Delaney,
And the list goes on.
Yeah, Bree Babineau. Yeah.
Oh yes, and we've had quite a few of them on the show. We've had Bree, we've had Tasha, we've had Casey J. We just had Casey J up in DC.
Yep. And and CCM, Bethel Music, Passion, House Fires. Yeah.
The doors have opened, bro.
And believe it or not, it's been in the last year and a half.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Really? So how long have you been singing?
I've been singing professionally, I'd say, for 8 years.
Okay.
But ever since, my mom said I was singing before I was talking. Like I would hum and sing before I could even talk.
Yeah. So that's all those years of preparation, all those years of developing your craft, and then God said, let's open the doors.
Yeah.
That is awesome. So what was it like to collaborate with them? What was that process? What's involved with the collaboration process, and what did you learn from that?
Honestly, I've learned that we all need each other, and even if you feel like you've mastered your sound, there's still other areas in you that, for example, Atasha unlocked a different sound in me, and House Fires unlocked a different sound in me. It's still in me, but I feel like God gave certain people keys to help unlock things that are like just you're not exposed to.
Right.
So it was the most. I guess I've learned to just really take it all in and honor what they bring to the table, and don't just think, oh, it's their sound, or it's for Tasha, or it's for Bree Babineau. But no, it's like it's for Dante too. You know what I mean? And so I've learned to just kind of take it all in and
Well, tell us a little bit about this single. I know you'll probably tell Muyiwa about it later on, but we want to give our Instagram folks a little bit of an exclusive.
Oh yeah.
The Giant is Dead. Okay, so what was the inspiration behind it? And you're collaborating with Travis on that, right? Yes, Travis Green, y'all.
I love him. Yeah. So the song was written about one of my best friends. I mean, he's technically like my blood brother. His name is Devin Asher. He was the dance pastor for Eddie James Ministries, and we were very, very close. However, there was a moment where he had a mental breakdown, and post-traumatic depression, and he had a chemical imbalance, and I mean, literally his life changed in an instant. And I was working in Charlotte at the time, so I drove to Cleveland, Tennessee, which is like 5-6 hours. And to see my brother in the locked behind a cage, you know what I mean, like butt naked, like no clothes, like it was just like, because he would hurt himself or something like that, was very, like, I mean, I wouldn't say traumatizing, but it definitely marked me. And I remember, like, we had a waiting room, and I remember sitting down with my brother Aaron, and I just started singing, "The giant is dead, we've got his head." And honestly, I didn't think that I would finish it in a moment, but I finished the entire song while I was there in Tennessee, and it was written for my brother, just declaring that the thing that he's facing is already dead. We just got to believe it. Like God has already finished the work. We don't have to beg for deliverance. We don't have to beg for freedom, because it's already done. So that's what that song is about. Yeah, it's a story of deliverance. It's a story of salvation, and not singing for it, but singing from salvation, singing from deliverance, not singing for deliverance. Yeah.
Just, oh my goodness. I have 2 people at church who are in a group chat, 2 other sisters, and they brought that song to me. I asked, every once in a while we say, what song are you standing on this week? And someone hit me with that. I said, wait a minute, what is this? Oh my goodness. First of all, y'all don't usually listen to music like this. What is this? Oh my goodness, the power that is in that song. So hopefully, y'all, I hope you take a moment to Google this. It is on YouTube, but we want you to buy it as well.
Buy it.
You can buy the
song.
99 You can buy the thing to support our brother, because we need songs like this that are declarative, songs that remind us of who God has called us to be, but also who God is and what He's provided for us. So make sure that you look for "The Giant is Dead" by Dante Bowe featuring Travis Green. So, as we're short on time, I want to pull it in. You said something very interesting on Instagram. I keep saying that because y'all be on Instagram all the time. You know how we are. And I thought it was worth discussing today.
Yeah.
Don't get caught up trying to reach different people groups that you neglect the sound God has given you. I'm going to read that one more time. Because that's my background. One more time. Don't get caught up trying to reach different people groups that you neglect the sound God has given you. Can you elaborate on that?
I just feel like we're in a day and age that a lot of our the younger generation, they're suffering from an identity crisis just because they're so inspired. So they'll see me and they're like, I want to be that. Or they'll see Tasha, and instead of saying like, I admire what Tasha do, but I want to like kind of incorporate it, and I want to take some elements of what she's bringing to the table. But I think they're more so saying like, I want to be Tasha. And you find this like mimicking thing happening. And also just in the gospel community, I want to be a CCM art. I want to cross over. And in the CCM community, I want to reach the gospel community. And really what God spoke to me is just be yourself, be authentic. I created all of you different to be different, not all of you different so you can like try to like morph into something you were never created to be. And so he just kind of like told me like, Dante, I've blessed you to be in the contemporary Christian industry, and I've also blessed you to be in the gospel industry. Be you. Don't try to become more of this that you neglect what I actually created you to be, the sound that I actually created for you. You know what I mean? And I even heard like, different churches are trying to, reach this people group or that people group. And my pastor says that, diversity doesn't start in church or trying to reach different people groups. Diversity starts at your dinner table. So if you're trying to, like get to know, a Latina or like a white guy or, you know what I mean? Like start at your dinner table, just start hanging out with them. But don't try to force this like sound to come out of your church, to come out of your albums or anything like that. Just be yourself. And if you want to get to know other people groups, just do that. Just go out to eat with them, talk with them, get to know them. And I feel like God will bless you with, that global thing you're looking for, that all nations thing.
Well, y'all, we heard a good word. I feel like I need to slide an offering over here.
And I will accept.
It's like cash at me. No.
Okay. No, I'm joking.
But honestly, though, just, oh my goodness, that reconciliation piece, just getting to know people versus trying to force that sound, that is so vital. So vital right now in the body of Christ. Y'all, that's our time. We have got to move on, but please check out Dante Bowe. He is on Instagram. He's not hard to find. What's your handle?
Dante Bowe.
See, there we go.
Everything Dante Bowe.
DanteBowe.
Yep.
But you stay tuned here on Instagram. We'll see you later today with more guests during our studio production. Thanks for joining us.